Hey guys, Karen here in the art studio. I'm a painter and I teach adults and children how to paint and become better painters. This evening I am painting a green truck. I haven't decided what color this is. What color would you say this is? Is this green or is this teal? What color is this? I don't know. I just mixed some colors up on my plate. Hey Susan, welcome you guys. Appreciate y'all jumping on. Say hi when you get on here. Oh, do I have my iPad ready? Can't see my comments on my laptop. Sorry, or on my laptop. Good grief, I've done lost my mind. I can't see my comments on my iPhone. So I get my iPad out, see if I can get them on my iPad. Sometimes I can't see them on it either. But anyways, I'm just going in here. Last night I painted a red truck. So this evening we're painting a greenish, turquoise-ish. What color would you all say this is? Green, mint, kind of a, I don't know. What color do you all like? What's the favorite color of the time? I know a lot of people used to like the red trucks, and it seems like anymore people like the teal color. I'm pretty fond of teal. I like teal. I don't know that I have a favorite color. Do y'all have a favorite color? I don't know if I have one. What's your all's favorite color? Yours is red, D? I don't know if I have one or not. People ask me that. You'd think as an artist I would have a favorite color. But honestly, I don't know. I do like this color, though. It would probably be one that I would choose. Yeah, because see, look at my shirt. It's that color. So I'm just going in with some color. I'm not doing anything fancy. Now I'm going to add a little bit of light to it. I'm going to lighten up this side over here. Make it a little bit lighter. Just going into some light. Add some light to that side. Did you all see the red truck? Did you all like it? I liked the red truck. Just adding some light color to this. You always have a light source side. This is my light side. So you have a light where your light source is coming from. Have it coming in from this side. Oops. Tried to rinse my brush in a cup that didn't have any water in it. Move my water up here. Y'all having a good day? Everybody doing good? It's getting a little bit warmer out there again and again. It just seems like we had crazy weather for a while. Now it's turning more warmish, summerish. Going to make some sky. Make the sky color. I think I'm going to make the sky color this primary blue, which looks like kind of a cerulean blue color. I'll make my sky a different color. Sometimes you just have to change stuff up a little bit, don't you? Just make it different. Hey, Sherry, welcome. Hi, Brandy. Hello, hello. Thank you all for jumping on and watching. Appreciate you guys. Just painting a little truck this evening. Just nothing fancy. Just going on here and going in with some primary blue and white on this outside. And then I'm going to add some white to my brush. Ooh, looks like I got into a little bit of purple. Add a little bit of white to my brush as I go towards the center. I forgot to paint my little doodads here. Not that that matters. I keep forgetting which side my water's on. I switched it last night so I wouldn't keep reaching over. Now I'm in the habit of going over there and getting it, and it's over here behind me. So I always just try to come up with something to paint on here is the hardest thing. You know that? The hardest part for me anymore, didn't used to be. The hardest part for me with painting is coming up with something to paint and finding the time. Y'all, if I have trouble finding the time, I just never seems like I ever have time. I don't have time for nothing. Looks like there's a bunch of people on here. I haven't seen you all up on my phone. That's the strangest thing. That is so strange. Looks like Melinda, Missy, Nancy, D. You're on and off and on and off. I don't know why Facebook does that. It'll pick a person and it'll just show them on and watching 100 million times. Weird. If y'all want to say Facebook's weird, go ahead, because it is. But it helps me get the word out to you guys, so I shouldn't complain. Gotta let you all know what I'm doing in the world. Gotta show you guys what I'm painting, so you guys will come and paint with me. Y'all been painting anything? I've been trying to come up with some 4th of July stuff. Y'all got any ideas for some 4th of July stuff? Come on, guys. Give me some ideas. I got my gnome, my 4th of July gnome. Did you all see him? I can't get him back very far because my camera's up pretty close. But I got my 4th of July gnome guy. He's a cute one. Got him going. I posted him on the schedule. He seemed to be a popular little fella holding the sparklers. Are those called sparklers? You know what I always want to call them, don't you? Sprinklers. And I know they're not. And I don't know why. I always have to stop and think about it. I don't like fireworks. I like to watch them, but fireworks and stuff like that, dangerous, scare me to death. Y'all know about I have grandkids. Jennifer has, my daughter Jennifer, her husband Jacob have two, a little boy and a little girl. And Henry, when he was, they were having their reveal party for Henry. And Jennifer knows I don't like fireworks, like setting them off. I don't mind like going to town and 4th of July, and y'all like fireworks. I don't mind going to town and watching them. You know, that's fun. That's around here, in our town. Ripley. That's the biggest thing is the 4th of July parade and the fireworks and all that. It's a pretty big deal around here. And when they were going to have Henry, their reveal party, Jennifer said she and Jacob wanted to have fireworks. If it was a boy, of course, fireworks would be blue. If it was a girl, they'd be pink. And, my son was the one that was going to set the fireworks off, and which is scary in itself. He's just a crazy person. Oh, he's not crazy. He just daring, I should say. Keeping this side dark over here, this side light. See how I've got my lights and my darks. And y'all let me forget to paint my sky, my windshield. Looking through my windshield. But Jacob did the fireworks. And man alive, I worried myself sick over that. I don't know why. Leading up to it, the day. And it ended up being really, really neat, actually. But I thought for sure he was a girl. I thought Henry was a girl. And he ended up being a boy. Blue fireworks, and I was like, no, Jacob got the wrong ones. Jacob picked the wrong ones. Hey, Nancy, Megan. Yeah, I kept thinking, you know, surely to goodness he's messed up. He picked the wrong fireworks. But yep, sure enough, Henry was a boy. Boy is he ever. He reminds me a lot of my son. He reminds me of my son Jacob a lot. But he looks like and acts like his daddy. Some people say that he looks like my Jacob, but he looks like his dad, Jacob. We got two Jacobs, you know. That's another story. Oh my gosh. Oh, shoot. Jennifer come home and told me, she said, Mom, I found me a boyfriend. I think I finally, you know, found one that I like. And I said, you did? She said, yeah, only one problem. And I said, oh no, what's that? And she said, his name's Jacob. Her brother's name's Jacob. So you can imagine the confusion we've had over the years. Oh, gee. Jacob, two Jacobs. But now I'm taking some blue. I'm going to add a little bit of purple. Black, I mean. I'm going to add a little bit of purple and blue to my black. I'm going to make my bumper. I still forgot to do my window running my mouth. But it was funny. She said that, and I was thinking, oh my gosh, what is she going to say? But she said his name's Jacob. And I said, oh my goodness. So, we got two Jacobs. But we've managed. Sometimes when I say Jacob, they both answer. But usually I just try to remember to call Jacob Scritch. And since their last name's Scritchfield, I call him Jacob Scritch. They called him Scritch in school, but I couldn't call him Scritch. I still can't. My husband does. I said I just couldn't call him Scritch, so I just call him Jacob Scritch. So we got a Jacob Scritch and a my Jacob. I refer to mine as my son as my Jacob sometimes. That's funny. Well, you have to figure something out to distinguish the two. But yeah, gosh, Henry looks just like him and acts just like his dad. Nothing wrong with that, though. I'm just saying he does. And then Charlie is the spitting image of Jennifer. So, there's that story. Your grandkids are great, though. Ain't nothing like them grandbabies. Your kids and your grandbabies. Right. And then I'm just going to add just a little bit of white, making a gray in that bumper. Just pulling some gray in. Lighten the side of those tires. I'm just doing basically the same thing on this stuff as I did last night, but I just wanted to show you this truck in green. A green color. Hey, Crystal. I didn't see you were on here down there. I don't know. Did they stop? I'm kind of in a little tight space right here in between my easel there. I moved it up a little bit closer this evening, hoping you guys could see a little bit better. So I just added some gray, some black, some green. Looks like I need a little bit more dark greens. So I'm going to do some green, a little bit more blue and green, making a darker color for my shadow part of my shadow side of my truck. So I just took some of my blue and my green and mixed it together and just made a, where are you? Made a darker green color right there. And we'll put it in right here. Use that wonderful free blending tool that you have. Your finger. That's your best blending tool. And if y'all do that, you got to use your fingers. If you end up painting and you don't have any paint on your hands, you haven't gotten into it enough. Got to use those fingers to blend. All right, so there's that. Gosh, I just splashed water all over my countertop or my shelf top, bench top. Okay, so we've got that. And it really doesn't matter back here whether you got it all squared up and even and everything, because the flour is going to cover the most of that up. So don't worry too much about the particulars of those kind of things. Just make this in here similar color to the outside. My white is yucky. I've got lumps in my white. I had an old white under my shelf there. I picked up, and when I squirted it out, it had lumps, little lumps and bumps. There. So just kind of make this the same color as your outside there. Just lighten it up too. You want it to match the sky around it. You can paint the background in first if you want, and then paint the truck in. You don't have to paint around. It's always easier to paint, you know, over something or behind, and then paint something in over top of it than it is to paint around something. I say that all the time. So, all right. So we've got all that in. Now we're going to put some grass in. So I'm going to go down here on the bottom. See if I get my... I had another plate that had more color on it than this that I was using last night. And I don't know what I did with it. I'm going to move this over a little bit. So I'm just taking some green right now. I'm going to put a little bit of ultramarine blue in my green, I think. Instead of the primary, I'll just put a little bit of ultramarine. I'm just putting some grass in. Nothing fancy. Nothing fancy. Just painting in some color. When you do this, when you're painting in your first go round, you're underpainting, it's not so beautiful. So don't get all tore up about that. Don't get all worried about whether something looks all great in the beginning or not. That might be what I was working with last night, but I don't see any sienna. I've got like a whole bunch of these. I keep my paints in these little foam, and I put the lid on it, and then I stick it down inside of my Ziploc bag. So I've got like paint everywhere. There it is. I found it. I've got paint everywhere. Gotta have paint to paint. I tell you guys all the time, you can't paint without paint. And what I tell you. So I'm going to go into some sienna, a little bit of white. I'm going to paint in my road. Just painting in my road. Here. And I'm just kind of coming together with my colors. I'm not worrying too much about that right now. I'm just putting some color in. Just painting. Dogs are all barking about something. I bet my son's out there. He's going to come blaring in here in a minute. Sounded like it. I don't know if that was him or not. My Jacob. All right. So I'm just going to come back over here with some of the greens and back and forth into the brown and just kind of mix that in. Back and forth. Got that. He'll think I'm in here talking to myself. If that is him. Okay, and it looks like I've got this side's up higher than over here, so I'm going to have to match it up a little bit. Got to match it up. So I'm going to come over here We'll bring this up a little bit. My horizon up there. All right, so we've got the sky, okay. And we'll probably have to dry it a little bit, probably, because I'm just going to add a little bit more of that dark color over here on my shadow side. Usually acrylic paint dries 2 to 3 shades darker instead of it drying too light, so that was odd that I had to make that darker, but I did want it to be a little bit darker. I'm going to put some highlight, just taking some white, putting some highlight in here, and up here. I just took white, went into the white with that dirty brush. Take some white on my tires, a little bit on there and there, a little bit right there. Just highlighting that truck up a little bit. We'll go into the ground and the grass, but I'm going to have to dry that a little bit or it's just going to pull paint back off. So, who all's coming on? Who all's popping on here? Hey, Megan, Robin, Melissa, thank you all for jumping on here and watching. This one I just did a little like there was a license plate or something there, and you can just do that with just the gray color. Just put the indication of your gray and black, and just make your little indication of a license plate. You can do that, or you can do anything you want. You can put a license plate on there, or you can put like your name on the bumper, or whatever you want to do. The bumper on this one looks a little bit, or not bumper, on the tailgate. The tailgate on this one looks a little bit lower than the other one that I had. Might want to make that go up a little bit higher. Don't want my flowers to fall out. Then go into the sienna color, a little bit of black, just something dark into your sienna, making a dark brown color. Sienna, burnt sienna and black will make a dark brown color if you don't have dark brown, which I didn't have on my plate. So I'm just going to make some of the ruts, my little shadow up underneath my truck, and some of the look like the ruts that they're going through there. And then I'm going to go back into that, rinse my brush, and I just try to paper towel, get some of the lighter. Never a dull moment around here. Dogs are barking. Craziness going on. Always something crazy going on. When you have dogs, they'll bark. Usually. Just touching in some of the dirt. You can put some of the dirt in the little piles and the trails if you want. And you can get some of it out into the grass if you want. And then when you bring the grass back in, it'll kind of just blend together. Like that. That's your road. That's your little dirt road. Then I'm going to go in, rinse my brush, and dry with the paper towel. I'm going to get some green and yellow. Green and yellow. Yeah, I've been trying to come up with some 4th of July paintings, guys. I was talking to you about that earlier, and I got off on something else. down some rabbit trail I go on. I do that a lot, don't I? Sorry. Y'all got any big ideas for 4th of July painting? Sorry, I keep doing that and looking weird through my glasses. I've been having to wear my glasses again. Can't see very well with that light. Just going some dark on the outside edge with some green and a little bit of purple, green, a little bit of blue, whatever you want to darken your green with on the outside edge. Then you can go back in even making that yellow and green. Go in with the yellow and green, lighten it up a little bit. I thought about a barn with a flag, a truck with a flag on it. We did trucks though. I did the gnome with the sparklers. Sparklers, right? I didn't say sprinklers. Just taking that grass, making it, just kind of sticking up some grass here and there. You can come down here with some grasses, pulling up some grasses. You can make these grasses low. You can make them high. However you want them to be. They can be weeds or make some of them go over into the road a little bit. It's your painting. Make it your own. Do whatever you want. Go in with a little bit of dark grasses here and there. Got a little crazy there. And we do that sometimes. You get to doing something and you think, oh, that looks really good, and you keep going and you tell you've painted a whole bunch, and then you're like, oh shoot, I should have stopped. I think these just random. Those were all kinda. Alright, now we're going to do some greenery. I'll rinse that brush. I'm going to use this bristle brush. Need to get me another paper towel. This one's done. Y'all like that? Y'all like the green? What color trucks do y'all like? You like the green ones, the black ones, yellow ones? You see some really pretty colored ones. Orange. You see some bright oranges sometimes. Mostly you see the blue, the green, and the red, and black. So I'm going to take a bristle brush, just a bristle brush, go into the green, go into a little bit of purple, and make a dark green color. And I'm just pouncing it down in the paint there. And I'm just touching in. Just here, just making some, looks like random greenery for my flowers that I'm going to have here in the back. Some of them, the greenery comes down and coming out the side of the truck. I bought a lot of flowers this day. Y'all like flowers? Planted your flowers yet? I've got a couple planted that Jennifer and them bought me. The kids bought for me. But I haven't gone and got the bulk of my flowers and planted them. I love flowers. Y'all like flowers? But I hate to have to water them. But that's alright. Then I go into a little bit of the yellow, green and yellow pile. I didn't even clean my brush. Actually, that might have a little bit of white in it. And then make my lighter green over top of that dark green, but don't cover up all of your darks. And I'm just tapping with this brush. I'm not pushing very hard. I'm just Not covering up all my darks, leaving some of my darks there. Then I'm going to go into a little bit of white into that same pile. Just tap, tap, tap. And then I'm going to touch back in here and there with some of the lighter grasses. See, so that side didn't matter. See where my side here and here, I've covered it up. It didn't matter that it didn't match. And then I'm going to have to dry it again with the hair dryer. Sorry about this. And we'll put in some flowers. I'm going to rinse my brush, dry it on my paper towel. I'm going to go in with some flowers, do some yellow flowers first. And I'm just taking that brush, pouncing it down into the yellow. And I'm going to grab a little bit of white over here and pounce that down into the yellow. And then some, I dry it, get some of that because it's pretty goopy. Get it off on my paper towel. And then just touch, touch, touch. I'm barely touching. Oops. Don't scoot. That one I scooted. And that puts my flowers on there. Then I'll go in and get a little bit more white and touch here and there with some white to brighten it up a little bit. Then I'm going to rinse my brush. Dry it with the paper towel. And I'm going to go into some purple with a little bit of white. Golly. Y'all hear those dogs? They're nuts. They're like going crazy. I was going to go for a walk a while ago, but daggone. It was hot. It was like really, really hot. I thought I'd wait until it cooled down a little bit. And then go into the white, touch in with your white, and add your light purple. Then rinse that brush, dry it with a paper towel. I'm going to do orange or red. I'm going to do orange or red. I think I'm going to do orange. Oh, just stuck my thumb in paint. I think I'm going to do orange. So I'm going to go into this orange. Pounce it. Go into the white. Y'all like orange? Oh, got a little bit of blue. Don't like that color of orange. And touch, touch, touch. Might have been good to do red since red is the complement of green. Or green's the complement of red. What have you. They're opposite on the color wheel. Colors that are opposite on the color wheel complement each other in green and red. That's why Christmas is green and red. There we go. Because it goes together. It looks good together. It's on the opposite of the color wheel, so they're complementary of each other. Alright, so then I'm going to rinse this 1/2 inch flat. Rinse that brush, lay it down, get my 1/2 inch flat. I'm going to get this new paper towel. Go through a lot of paper towels, don't I? And I'm going to put in some wispies. And to get that to work a little bit, it's good to get it just a little bit wet. Flatten your brush. Flatten your brush, flatten your brush. And then just pull. I'm just painting with the barely corner of the brush. Just pulling some flowers or some grasses out. So we've got that. Grasses. This looks like it needs to be lightened a little bit more down here. This is all light or dark, I mean. Lighten that up a little bit more. Lighten that up a little bit more. And you can lighten up the road a little bit if you want. I can't find any white on my dirty palette. And then your road, as it goes out, these things get a little bit lighter, so they're not so dark all the way down. To soften them a little bit, so they're not so standoutish there. And you can soften this up completely right here. So that doesn't draw attention to all that. Because you want to draw attention to your truck. All right. I think that's not too bad. What do y'all think? Green truck and a red truck. Now, if you like green, you can paint green. If you like red, you can paint red. And if you choose to paint it blue, more blue, just add more blue. If you want it to be more green, just add more green. And that's it. That is it. Well, I hope you all enjoyed that. Making some little tail lights. I hope you all enjoyed that this evening. I sure did. You all take care. And God bless you all. I'll see you back on here again real soon. We'll paint something else. Y'all come up with some good ideas. Come up with some good ideas for 4th of July. Because I've got to come up with one more good one. And I've got some ideas. But maybe you guys will spark something and I'll come up with something real good. Thank you all. Take care. We'll see you back on here again real soon. Bye-bye.